there's actually something else.
What?
Oh, nice. I love Luigi's Mansion. Gaming journalism today is a sham. Between the tainted review scores, the groupthink, and the endless affiliate links and sponsorships plastered all over everyone's descriptions, it's harder than ever to discern if people are being paid to say what they're saying. It's easy to rag on gaming coverage when what passes for a game review usually amounts to a long-form ad. But when Nintendo announced the Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon remake and priced it at $60, it made me realize we still need great gaming coverage. The industry is hyperactive today, and yes, there's a lot of soulless drivel, but anyone can now make something great. There's a lot of good, and there's a lot of less good, and we need people who can point us in the right direction. The goal of a review is for the author to help the reader figure out if the game is worth buying. That's a very simple premise, but the wrinkle with games is most things go on discount eventually, and some games now appear day one on a service like Game Pass. For the discount situation, the difference between full price and the discount is you saying how much more you'd be willing to pay to experience something right away, rather than waiting until the price drop. Even though playing something on Game Pass is included with your subscription, it doesn't solve the problem because people don't have unlimited time. Even if we made it to a hypothetical world where all games are made available via a monthly subscription, I would still need guidance because choosing one thing to play over another costs me my time. We want to know how to spend our time and/or money, so there's an industry providing gaming reviews. The problems are that at best, most of them are very simple descriptions of the game, and at worst, they're compromised. With that in mind, look at the game I'm playing now. Nintendo has something of a checkered past when it comes to their value proposition. They gave us the Metroid Prime remaster for $40, and going all the way back, Super Mario All-Stars on the SNES was a great package for its time, so they certainly have it in them to give us a deal. But these same people also turned around and charged $60 for Link's Awakening and for Tropical Freeze, and they're on their way to doing it again for Donkey Kong Country Returns. You don't know what Nintendo's gonna do, and they are not above squeezing us at a questionable price point. So here I am, I'm into Nintendo games, I like the Luigi's Mansion series, I've played 1 and 3, but didn't actually check out Dark Moon, so I would want to play this remaster. But there's this big question mark on the price. I'm the exact target market for this game, and I still wasn't even sure if it was worth picking up. If I've played Nintendo games since I was 2 years old, and I can't even figure out if Luigi's Mansion 2 is worth it to me, it's going to be even harder figuring that out if I'm looking at a developer I'm new to, or a genre I'm less familiar with. This would be the perfect time to have a reviewer I can turn to, who's not a paid Nintendo shill, not making money from an Amazon affiliate link, also not someone who's biased against Nintendo, or who just completely doesn't get it in the first place. Like I've been saying, a review is nothing if it doesn't help the reader with their decision on a game. A Luigi's Mansion review should end with something like, "People need to stop bellyaching about the price and play this." Or, "Sure, it would have been nice if they included Luigi's Mansion 1 to make it a Pikmin 1 and 2 type deal, but this is still totally solid, especially if you've never played the original." Or, "Yeah, no, this is not a $60 game. Nice try, Nintendo." I'll also say that my favorite games are the ones where the author compares the game to other similar games, whether that's talking about the rest of the series, or other games from that same developer, or from that genre. In this case, ideally you'd get someone who played all 3 Luigi's Mansion games when they first came out, and replayed them again recently to see how they hold up. That helps me figure out where the game sits. You can only judge something based on its time and the competing alternatives, and the people who understand that are going to be able to go much deeper than the reviewers who can't. Calling Ocarina of Time or Dark Souls the best game of all time isn't saying they would necessarily be the best if they were released today as is. It's saying they pushed the envelope the furthest given the state of the industry when they came out in 1998 or 2011. I hear a lot lately about gaming journalism being dead, and while it's true some of the sites we're used to might be tanking, I think people just want to hear from someone who's straight up with them. It's hard to seem straight up when you're accepting review copies of the game or have an entire description worth of affiliate links and sponsorships. I'm not talking about pitching NordVPN or Raycom in the middle of the review. I'm talking about an actual sponsorship with whoever published the game you're reviewing. If you have a relationship with the product, how do I know you're telling me what you really think or what you actually find the most fun? Affiliate links are tricky because they let the reviewer truthfully say, "I don't have a relationship with the publisher." If you hear that, watch out. Because even if the reviewer technically has no relationship with the game, they're making money if you buy the game using their link. So of course they have an incentive to tell you it's better than worse. Otherwise, you don't click the link and they don't get paid. I think in this oversold, confused gaming landscape we find ourselves in, we need trusted voices now more than ever. The issue of what do I play with my limited time and money is just going to get harder to address as time goes on and the market keeps flooding. Right now we have this, and the Elden Ring DLC, and the Thousand Year Door remake, and I never found time to play another Crab's Treasure. And Nintendo and Microsoft just dropped massive preview updates. Ubisoft may not know its ass from its elbow, and there's way too many developers trying to remake Overwatch, but there's also a ton to play and even more on the horizon. Also, not for nothing, but ranking games is fun. I love pitting games against each other, and it's fun comparing how you have it versus how somebody else sees it. A review is kind of like a singular, is it worth it, yes or no analysis, and that analysis gets stored away for a future tier list or a top 10. That's all for now. Let me know your thoughts or some of your favorite reviewers. I'll say for me personally, I've been following Jeff Gersman, Yahtzee, and Dunkey for many years, and it's not that I always agree with every single one of their points, but I do think that they're consistent and have well-reasoned opinions. I'm going to take this problem into my own hands and create the most honest reviews I can. I have no issues saying no to a bunch of money or an otherwise enticing sponsorship. In the future, if I am lucky enough to work with another company, I'll find a way to do it transparently and in a way that doesn't bias my reviews, such as being sponsored by a computer security company when I'm just talking about an unrelated game. I'll always keep you posted, and if I do anything that seems biased, just let me know that and I'll address it and adjust. If you want to make honest game reviews too, I highly encourage you to do so. Let's do it together and help people find great games. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.